Greetings and welcome to another episode of Birding and Exploring Adventures. Today we're going to go from Bourke to Wilcannia following the Darling River all the way, and we'll check out a few spots along the way. Should be exciting. I've been looking forward to this leg of the trip, so see what we can discover and see what we can explore. Sealed road at the moment. I wonder how long that will last for. That didn't last long. Actually, now's a good spot to put the drone up. This is the National Park section of the road or track with a bull dust line in the centre. And as they say, steer clear of the bull dust. So this is where I'm going to camp tonight, in the hope that maybe some major Mitchells might come down to this dam, have a little drink. But look at those clouds. If it starts to rain, I'm out of here, back to Bourke. 39 k's I think. But out here, if the rain gets a hold, these tracks will be impassable. Last night's campsite by the dam. We've set up to eat breakfast, got the camera there in case something comes down for a drink. And the best part, coffee's nearly made. Scrambled eggs are going to be on the go. The toast is done. And of course, with the sun coming up, we've got to stay on top of keeping all the batteries charged. So we'll fire up the Bluetti. It'll suck the sun's rays down as we go. We'll get it on working with DC and AC for those about to rock. And start the process of charging all the batteries. Master Chef. There we go, that's alright, isn't it? Breakfast with a view. Right, time to move on. There's the entrance to a national park just up here, so we might go for a little mosey around there, see what's on offer. Alright, let's go and have an adventure. Oh, unsealed roads, no kidding. This looks interesting, like an old station area. Fivemile historic site. Well, let's check it out. Susie, all right. I'd go in and show you inside of the house there, but it's all fenced off, so I guess they don't want anybody going in. Okay. Wow, this is all fairly much still intact, old shearing shed. Just walked along this part and there was a parrot having a drink out of this. Now there's a little honey eater. Anyway, I might hang around here for a second. lots of bird life around these ruins. It's making for a very interesting walk. Well, there we go. That was the 5-mile historic site. Well worth the drive. There's more stuff down that road too, but I'm going to turn back now to the main dirt track and head towards Louth. Here's the next stop along the way. This is the Yanda Campground. Bourke. Apparently you can swim here. Don't worry mate, I'm not going to camp here. Come on Skip, out the way. Oh look at this one, he's a worry. Good boy. I think I need to see that water hole. For swallows, I'd guess. So only a couple 100 metres down the track from that information centre, the Darling River. Not bad, eh? No wonder people camp here. Awesome place, except for the bloody wild goats. Run along. You can see the high water mark on that tree there. See where it changes colour? So I'm guessing that's probably from this year's high water. And if that's the case, it's certainly come down a fair way. So you can see how high the banks are in the river itself. So this part here that I'm walking on is essentially a floodplain, but here's that tree that I pointed out. So I'd say it's another 5 foot taller than me. That is a lot of water. Yeah, so what'd you think? Looked like a great spot to me. Anyway, back out to the road to Louth now. What will the next turn off be, I wonder? After you drive through the national park, the road is then sealed. It's a bit too civilized for my liking, damn it. Yeah, if you're watching this series of videos and you're wondering why I keep hammering on about feral goats and that sort of thing, it's a big problem in Australia. These wild goats get out in these very marginal areas and they compete with all the native animals for food. So it's always pretty sad when you just see more feral goats than you do native animals out here. They're really bad this year, in particular. And back to dirt again. Have a look at this. You'll notice the trees, the branches only come down so far. That's because that's where these feral goats, that's as far up as they can reach to eat. And you can see that all the way along the road in this section. Just coming into Louth now. Looks like an airfield over there on the right. There's the post office. What do we got here? Oh, it's got a pub. It's got a, what do we got over there? It's got a park. Shindy's Inn. Got a little bridge over this river here, so let's just poke our nose in there and have a look. There's the mighty Darling River with goats grazing on the banks. Oh jeez. Have a look at this, they're not even scared of you. So that's the bridge that we just came over. I see you. All I can think of is goat curry. I like goat curry. I like all curries really. Right, the next destination on our list is a place called Tilpa. So I believe it's a pretty interesting place. And of course, unless something else comes up, if I see a little brown and white sign saying point of interest, well, we'll go down that road. Can't believe it. There's a bit of kangaroo roadkill. Oh, up in that tree up there is a white-breasted sea eagle. See if I can get a shot. Oh, I got a shot. It's not a very good one. I'm going to put it up anyway, just to add continuity to the video. A crow followed the sea eagle up to a tree and started giving him the shit, so the eagle has just taken off. But wow, that's the last thing I expected to see out here. Awesome. Now there's an animal I like to see plenty of out in the wild. A gaggle of emus. And as you know, we always stop to film an undocumented feature. And here is our first undocumented feature for this section of road. And a mighty fine example it is too. Okay. Beautiful. If you want to see that one, that's on the way to Tilpa from Bourke. Pretty treacherous section of the road, this one. You often find areas of bull dust which, if you hit them, the bull dust will drag you in and take you where it wants your car to go. So you have to keep an eye on the road surface and keep following the smoothest part of it. Well, that's what I do anyway. Just saw this area off to the side of the road and decided to pull in and see what all the fuss was about, and here we are, the Darling. The Darling definitely has its own look with these high slope banks. Right, the village on the floodplain. Crossing the Darling and into Tilpa for a look-in. Whoa! Yeah, we got a little park, got a pub. Let's see what's on the other side of the levee, eh? Behind me there might be a good spot to put the drone up to have a little look. I think I'll do that. Yeah, that's the bridge that's the bridge we just came over. And I'm standing on the Tilpa boat ramp. And of course the Darling River. Well, the drone came in pretty handy just then. I'd been looking for the Tilpa Weir, didn't know where it was. I'd be driving down these tracks upstream and couldn't find it anywhere. Put the drone up and just scanned up the other end of the river, and I think I've seen it. I'll just take the track I think it's on and see if I am correct. Ah, false alarm. Looked like it was just a big tree halfway across the river. Oh well, a mystery. What are we in, a Wild West movie? Tumbleweeds now? Ah, one of these challenges. Haven't had one of these for a while. Here we go. Look at this. This is a very determined mob. Oh, you having a go, mate? Oh no. All right. Yeah, Brownie's moving on. All right. See you later. Well, that was a bit of excitement. Getting a bit peckish, so I'm looking for a nice place to pull over, preferably by the river that we're travelling alongside of. I'm just waiting to see an available track. So what do you reckon? Will this do for lunch? Oh, there's birds as well. Anyway, I'm hungry. Got to get to cooking. Well, it's all right, isn't it? Spicy Mexican rice, cup of wine, just sitting back and watching the river flow. Oh yeah. Such a nice spot, stayed there overnight. It was a good camp. And of course, leave no trace is what I've done. Okay, so there's 70 kilometres left to travel along this road till we get to Wilcannia. We have a bit of a look around there if I feel safe. The town had a bit of a reputation back in the 70s. So we'll see what it's like. We'll soon get the vibe. Anyway, hopefully we have a few things to look at along the way anyway. So we're all fired up, ready to roll. Last night we only had a small amount of rain. It wasn't really rain, just a little bit of drizzle for about an hour. But already these roads have become quite sticky, so I'd hate to be on them if there was a big downpour. Don't know if you can see this, but now it's become quite foggy. Certainly an interesting road. Just put the camera on so you can hear the mud flicking up. We only had a few drops of rain. Just spotted some emu roadkill, so I've pulled over and got myself a couple of souvenir feathers. They were just on the side of the road, by the way. I didn't pull them out of his arse. And there we are, rolling into Wilcannia. Got a 50k zone. Here we are at the Wilcannia Footy Oval. Right, I was going to do a drone flight, but there's a geozone nearby and everything's restricted, so I gave up on that idea. So it's about 190 k's into Broken Hill, so we'll get that leg done. Pretty civilised, I think. We'll stop along the way when we find something interesting and film it. All right, see you down the road. Yeah, mainly saltbush country so far on this road, with all the usual culprits. Kangaroo roadkill, goats, black kites, square-tailed kites, and crows. All right, I'll keep you updated. Well, there's the fuel light has come on. We're about 50 kilometres out from Broken Hill, and that'll more than likely get us into Broken Hill on the main tank. Still got the sub tank that's full, but I don't think I'll get fuel in Broken Hill. We're heading back towards Adelaide, and the closer we get to Adelaide, the cheaper fuel is going to be. So I won't even need to fill up. I'll just put fuel in as I need it to get back home. Well, here we are in Argent Street, Broken Hill. This is essentially the main drag. Remember those 2 pies in Bourke I couldn't get in the last video? Well, I'm going to get them here. Max Oven Foods. I thought this would be a nice place to have these pies I just got. A nice little lookout on top of a slag heap in Broken Hill. Alright, here she be. I'll get a couple of bites in and bring you back. There she be. A little less filling than the other ones I've been having on this trip. But still a reasonable amount. Tastes really nice. Pastry's crispy. Yeah, a little less filling, but tastes good. Nice pie. I'm gonna have to do a geocache while I'm in Broken Hill to get the New South Wales stamp. Okay, I'm onto one. It's called Oh Mr. Hart, and it's 57 metres away, and it looks like it's in the bloody cemetery. Alright, let's see if we can find it. So this is what I've got to look at. So checking out this area, and just staring blankly, and I looked at this fence post. I think we have our cache. Here we go. I'll swap out a bit of swag, sign a book, and mark that down as found. Well, this seems a good place to end this series of movies, because on my journey back to Adelaide from here, I'm covering the same towns or going the same route as I did on the way up. So no point making another version of the same video. So we'll end that series here. I hope you enjoyed it all. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, and we'll catch you on the next trip or adventure. Ciao for now.